Alright, let's talk about all the Tarkir legends missing from Tarkir Dragonstorm. First up is Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. We got this card earlier in the block to sort of indicate something wrong is happening with these Dragonstorms. As far as we know, Dragonhawk is just still on Bloomburrow and has become one of their calamity beasts, more or less. The card set Fate Reforged took place 1,200 years ago, and so all of the legends have died of natural causes or unnatural causes, but regardless, they're all dead. So Alesha, Dagatar, Shuyun, Tasigur, and Yasova have all passed away a long time ago. I talk more about each of these characters in my coverage of each of the clans' history if you want to go back and learn more about them. And of course, the Dragon Lords are sent off into a dragon storm after being defeated by the Spirit Dragons. So Atarka, Dramoka, Kolagon, Ojutai, and Silumgar are all who knows where right now. And that's largely because for design reasons, it's very difficult to do allied colored cards in a wedge set. If you go and look at the set, all the multicolored cards that are just two colors are enemy colors pairs. So Hamza only sort of counts because Hamza's getting an alchemy card, but Hamza is a Krumar, meaning he was adopted from outside the Abzan and becomes the number one leader of the defense of Erishan, the capital city of the Abzan. And this is the original timeline version. Ishai, Ojutai Dragon Speaker, was exactly that. She could speak Draconic, and she was Ojutai's translator because the dragons didn't deign to speak the lower tongue, at least at the time. It's clear now that they can. Again, it's not really a surprise Ishai isn't here, and this is going to be a common theme because Ishai is allied color pair. There's not really much to Kadena, who was a Naga under Silumgar. She was biding her time until she could grab power for herself, and obviously that didn't work out for her. But given she's basically Sidisi again, there's not a whole lot to do with this character, so it makes sense she's not around in this set. Omarthus we don't actually have any lore for. We know that he is a Ghost Fire Initiate, but we don't know what that means exactly, only that he's at the Crucible of the Spirit Dragon and is apparently learning Ugin-related magic. Has the Ugin horns there. This mostly seems like a conceit to be able to have a colorless legend here. Tuya Bearclaw, another allied color pair. Again, theme. She was the number 2 hunter under Sirach. She discovers a young bear cub whose mother was killed by a dragon and raises it for herself, and it becomes her mount that she rides into battle. That's what earned her the name Bearclaw. Ikra Shadiki was the Naga advisor to Tasigur 1,200 years ago, and she's the one who sold Tasigur out to Silumgar, allowing Silumgar to take over the clan. But again, 1,200 years ago for this one, so it makes sense she's not around. Rayhan was the leader of the original Abzan rebels when Dagatar surrendered to Dramoka. Rayhan and her people kept fighting until they were ultimately killed in the Khanfall. She's a distant ancestor of Felothar. Siani is a original timeline legend. She is a Jeskai from the Khans of Tarkir timeline. She believed true enlightenment could only be found in the still of battle. Although there's nothing on this card that would preclude it from being a current timeline thing either. But given she's a relatively minor character and there was a lot of characters to cover, it makes sense she didn't get included. And then finally, Vile Smasher. Vile Smasher was a Kolagon brood in the original Khan's timeline. She had a different name, Ankle-Shenker, and she was Sarkhan's best friend. In this timeline, she doesn't know Sarkhan. She's an explosives expert, and she left Tarkir and is on Thunder Junction last we saw. And that about covers all the Tarkir legends. Let me know if there's any Tarkir Dragonstorm stuff you want me to cover yet, although it probably won't be till after Easter.